Well, hello YouTube, and welcome back to The Daily Life. I'm Tom Johnson, your host. Um, Today is Thursday, the 9th of January, 2014. The topic that I am talking about today is parties. I'm not talking about political parties, I'm talking about the social kind of parties. I really don't, you don't care whether I'm liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican, and I don't quite frankly care whether what your political affiliation is. But before I want to get too in depth into parties, I just want to thank a viewer. Got my first comment since I started allowing comments this new year. The unfortunate thing is that I have it set to approved comments, and the thing is that I don't know how to read them and approve them. I'm still kind of working on that. So, but I do want to share the comment because it's a great comment, and I like it a lot. It says, Tom, your video is really amazing. I'm glad I watched it. Your voice and face have enough buzz for TV or radio. Keep on making new videos. Keep trying to bring in enough people to view your videos, and maybe producers will call or message you. Take care. Thank you to that viewer. That's a wonderful comment. Those are the kind of comments that I want. Nice, positive, uplifting comments. Not so much for me, but just for the channel and the concept of this program. So keep them coming. I don't know how to read and approve them so that they will show up, but until such time as I figure out how to do that, I'll just read them on the air. And just like that. Okay, parties. Now, I should have perhaps gone back and seen whether I've done this topic before. I know I've talked about stuff like it. Bars I did. Don't think I've ever done parties, though. Talked a lot about them during Christmas. No, I have not done a topic on parties. So we'll do it now. Parties. First of all, in people's lives, okay, you've heard the saying, I'm sure, that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's kind of a back of the woods saying. I don't know whether you've heard it, but if you haven't heard it until now, now you've heard it. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. The essence behind that saying is that at the end of your life, when you're looking back on your life, like when you're 90 years old or 100 years old, should you live that long, you're looking back on your life and you're saying, what am I going to remember about my life? You're not going to remember the time that you spent sitting at your desk at work writing that report. You need to do that to make a living, but you're not going to remember it. You're going to remember the times when you're out partying with people, out making friends, out having relationships, out living life. Some people in my life don't do that too well. Others do it very well. Others do it too extremely well. Life is about finding the balance, and going to a party once in a while is part of that balance, in my opinion. So I'm going to talk about it. Now, parties. I talked about it a lot during Christmas. A thing that people do when they're at a party is drink. Now, you have to do this responsibly, folks. This is my plug for no drinking and driving. Don't do that. It's bad. It hurts people. It has a lot of costs to people's lives and society, so please don't drink and drive. Drink and drive, but don't drink and drive together. Separately, great. I love drinking. I love driving. I love doing both of those things. I do not do those things together. Don't drink and drive together. But do drink. At a party, it's fun. People say, oh, you don't need to get drunk to have fun. No, you don't, but it helps a lot. Another thing people do at parties, people have games nights. They play board games. You can have euchre parties. When I was in high school, the lunch hour, we used to all have euchre parties, and it was a riot. It was a hoot. We had great times. It wasn't really a party per se because it was at school, and you can't party when you're at school, but it was fun. So drinking, going out to like bars to drink and dance and sing and have fun, meet new people, If you're single, going to try to find a date, that is fun. Some people have great success with it, others do not. um, but you know, it's fun. Do fun things. That's the message of today. If you listen to nothing else today, the message is don't work too hard. Work but work hard. Work hard, play harder. That should be your motto in life. Yeah. So there you go. What else do I want to say about parties? Hosting a party is not fun. Going to parties is great. I mean, parties are great in principle at other people's houses. They're not so great at your house, and I'm going to tell you why. When people are drinking, or in general at a party, not necessarily drinking, people feel entitled to treat your house as if it was a barn. I mean that in the worst sense of the word. They treat your house as if it was a barn. They take their shoes off, they just throw them somewhere. Take their coat off, they just throw it somewhere. You know, they take off their whatever they have and they just throw it. They use your rooms for their own personal, what's a way of saying this politically correctly now that I have a bigger audience? They use them for activities which are not usually thought to happen in a public setting. Adult activities, let's put them that way. They use your bathroom improperly. They make a mess of your bathroom. They can make a mess of your house. They throw up on people. And these are things that you don't want to have happen in your house. But you'll happily do it at somebody else's house as long as it's not your house. That's kind of a double standard, but hey, that's the way people are. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. That's why I don't have a lot of parties in my house, because I'm smarter than that. I go to other people's houses and have parties because I have been that person from time to time. And of course, most people aren't idiots. Most people, when they treat somebody's house badly, they will go back the next day or that night and they will offer to clean up. And if you go to a house and you make a mess of it and you don't offer to clean up, you're probably not going to get too many more offers to parties. So if you do that, I suggest you change your ways, lest you not be invited to parties anymore. What other things do people do at parties? People have parties like themed parties. Probably the biggest one is the Super Bowl. Interesting statistic, the Monday after the Super Bowl, which I think if the Super Bowl is on the day I think it is, would be Monday the 3rd of February this year. That day is the most missed day of work. More people miss work on that Monday than any other day of the year. And employers, actually a lot of people have been trying to make that day a national holiday, which either doesn't matter what side of the border you're on, because so many people do Super Bowl parties and so many people are not fit to work the next day that there's a movement of saying, well, let's just make that a national holiday. That's what I was trying to impart to you. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the topic tomorrow. I'm getting close to 10 minutes and I've kind of run out of things to say today. Tomorrow, I have down public service messages. I can't see myself finding enough material to do that tomorrow. So I think I'm going to move that to Monday. And tomorrow the topic is going to be fads. What does Tom Johnson mean by fads? Tom Johnson means by fads, well, I'll save it for tomorrow. Monday I'm going to do public service messages and then we'll announce the rest of the week as I go. I usually announce one day in advance, but hey, I was feeling generous today. So, you have 2 days of awesome daily life with Tom Johnson shows. Correction, daily life starring Tom Johnson. I star in these shows to look forward to. I do hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye for now.